Well, this is my table palette, and I'm going to explain just the way I prepare my colors and the way I get ready to work. These are the main colors that I use. I place them kind of like in groups. This is the dark tones. I don't use black, so I use this burnt oxide transparent, mother carmine solid tip, violet, same, indigo, dark blue, and sap green. Those are like the dark colors that I use to make a substitute of black, but you always have color in it, and depending on if you need it colder or warmer, you use more or less of each component. Then I use the typical white. Sometimes I use a nice brand when I have to do the little brights on faces. The two colors that I use to mix to have volume of colors, of light colors, are the two yellow maples, the normal one and the kind of reddish. These are my favorite colors. To me, they're very, very important. These are the cadmium colors. Well, 3 cadmiums plus still the grain yellow. They're good for me because to mix them with white, to make the white a beautiful light bed, turning towards orange or yellow or something. If you do it with these colors, they're gonna keep the cleanness of the white. If you do it with normal yellow or orange, it's gonna turn to greenish, ochre, something like that. So I love them. They're expensive, but they last a long time, and they're really, really important to me. These are my 2 favorite tones for the cold parts of the skin. The verde compuesto in English is compound green, and this is royal blue. This is really important too. Depending on if you want the little shades of the face to turn towards bluish or greenish, these 2 tones will give you a subtle and wonderful and clean color for the skin. And they both mix really good with the magenta that I use a lot too. Sometimes too much maybe. And then I have, those are the main colors. And then I have this 4 more. I love to try all kind of colors that I may get to know. But with the time, these 4 colors, I usually add them to the basics. This is the normal gray, Titan gray. This is a, no, how do you say, Talafianina turquoise blue. It's beautiful. I'll show them in a minute with you and on the palette, so you can see exactly the color, because sometimes what you see on the tube is not what is going to come out. And this is a really nice one too. I started to use it a few months ago, and I like it sometimes for some part of the skin when you want it warmer, close to the ochres, that kind of greenish. And it's burnt silver green. And this is an oxide yellow flake. And these are the colors that I use. I'm going to place them around. I'm really a disaster. I don't have an exact place for any of them. I sometimes place the black one, the dark ones there, the light tones here. I'm not very organized about that. But what I need to be really organized, and I'll show you, is here, when I create my crazy pool of colors. That I'll show you in a minute. Well, here we got them all. White, yellow, maple yellows, magenta, 3 cadmiums, still the grain yellow. What's the name in English? The burnt cinnabar green, gray, compound green, royal blue, Talafianina turquoise blue, the oxide lake, transparent oxide, alizarin, what's the name of that? Violet, sub-green, indigo, and this one is the Mother Carmine Solid Dip. Goodness, I'm so bad with the names in English. Okay, now we're going to start with the mixing in a minute. Well, now I'm going to prepare here that little pool that I was talking about with all the colors that I'm going to use, or close to those colors. I usually start with this Naples yellow, the reddish. I like it for the beginning, and I create this little mix with some white and magenta and my favorite royal blue. They make a nice color to start with. Is this kind of lilac purple-ish, and from there I start to move slightly toward different colors. If you wanted more oranges, greenish, this is still the grain. It could also be the cadmium orange. If you want to bring it to the greenish, it's also nice. And again, some magenta will take it to this interesting part. These colors are really nice, not as something that you're going to apply directly, but if you just give a touch of gray, you're going to create, because sometimes you get too much color and you want it a little more subtle or desaturated. So you put some gray and then you apply, turn towards this kind of oxide reddish possibility that will work on the warmer parts. And now I feel the need here of some carmine, and right here some orange. So what I'm trying to create here, I don't know if you can see, is like a path of different tones that I may be needing in some time when I'm working on the painting. And of course I can switch this with that and move all around and create 1,000 different colors. But what I'm trying to get is kind of a wide scope to have easier access to anything I may need. So for example, I can bring here this green, and this will work nice with, let's try this. This is not too strong, but that's the nice part of it. This is the yellow lake. And I'm going to go to the greenish tones, and again the magenta will kill part of that green aspect and we'll bring it to more purplish. And now on that part we can move towards, again from the spatula, and then move toward reddish. I like the purple and I like the violet, because with little touches they give that tone, that aspect of coldish, bluish, but they keep the colors clean. This is maybe too purple, but it's good to have it there, just to mix it in the future or in some time with some of the color that I may need. And we could get something colder right there, because everything is way too warm. And this blue, this wonderful royal blue, will give me this. Some carmine again will give me these other possibility. Let me see. Oh, sorry. And now we'll keep going here. Let me see. You can come with some gray. More of this to create like a bed without much color. Because sometimes when we prepare these colors, everything is full of color, and sometimes you don't have this on a face. Everything is much more subtle. So what you do sometimes is use the gray or the yellow Naples, the Naples yellows, or some white to desaturate all these colors, okay? But you got them there, and they're clean, so you can use them whenever you need them. And look, for example, this mix with just a touch of the reddish will give you this interesting thing. And to me, this is much cleaner than using the amber burns or the raw colors of the earths that are much dirtier to me. There's there. The purple. Okay, and now what we need, we always need this mix of colors that I told you about. Is the way I make the substitute of the black. So far I'll use some green, violet, I'll get some carmine, and if you want it even warmer, you can get this red oxide, and we would need, I don't have right here, some indigo. Okay, here. And here we go. So, I don't know if you can appreciate it, but you got all different kind of almost black here, but it's reddish, violetish. And this, since it's done with colors, not with black, you can use it nicely to make any of these tones darker, and it will still be a clean color. If you get a part of it greenish tone, you can come here and get these parts darker or some red oxide, and you can do the transition from the almost black tone to the medium tones. For example, we're working there with this brownish purplish. Let's try to mix with the carmine sunviolet. You can keep it going until you get to this level of, with the indigo, this level of almost black. And you cover the whole scope. If you take a look at it, let me see. I don't know if we can see the whole thing here. But this is what we have now. And I'm still missing here, of course. I kept this white. This is all Holland. This is a nice brand. And I used a patch of white with some cadmium color. What we're going to have here, it's going to be like a base of slightly enlightened white, but really clean, that you could mix with any of these colors to lower the level of their color. So maybe we got pretty much everything we need here. Maybe we've gone way too dark. We would need something, but if we need something in between, it's going to be easier, really easy to get one of these tones. For example, look, you can get this, bring it here, get some orange, and you're going to get, with the white, some medium tone, still clean, still with color, and then add some white,
And you're gonna have, and when you go to brownish and you're losing the color, you can add a little touch of red cadmium. You're gonna go to that nice tone, for example, for lips or cheeks. And you can also add, of course, the orange or the magenta. That's gonna work good here. So that way we're gonna have kind of those media tones. And I want something colder here with this. You see, they could always mix together and create this crazy world. Now I can start painting because pretty much everything I need or I see that I could use in my portrait, I'm gonna have it here. And I'm gonna keep in my hand a bunch of brushes, and I'm not gonna get them dirty, sorry, because if I get a brush that is gonna work on this tone, I'm not gonna change that. Maybe I'm gonna make it change to that or this, but I'm not gonna go here with that brush. If I'm gonna need that color, I'm gonna put the brush back in my hand, get another one, and use it for this color and a closer range of colors for that area. But I'm not gonna jam, because that's the way to get the brushes dirty, and then at the end the paint is gonna be a mess. Well, and that's the way I work. And now, if you're interested, I would love to show you the way I work in the painting, but I don't want to get a thing way too long, and you've been waiting way too much. So I hope I could put this all together between today and tomorrow and send it to you and see if it works. Okay? Thank you, Michelle, for your patience. Bye-bye.